Welcome to another edition of Black Knights Weekly. On this week's show, we go one-on-one with head men's tennis coach Jim Poling. We'll also take you inside the weight room with the Army football team, and we'll tell you why Lindsay Gordon might be better known for what she does away from the soccer field. But before we get to that, let's check out what happened last week in Army athletics. The swimming and diving teams started their seasons off at home last Friday. Both the men's and women's teams defeated Boston College and Stony Brook, while the Black Knight women fell to Vermont. Junior Dan Foke picked up 3 wins on the men's side in the 200-yard medley relay, the 50 free, and the 400-yard freestyle relay. Chris Nguyen and Matt Joyner also swept the diving events for the Black Knights. Junior Alyssa Tran paced the Army women, picking up 2 wins and 1 runner-up finish. The sprint football team notched another lopsided victory, defeating Princeton 57-13. Receiver Cody Knife had 207 yards receiving and 5 touchdowns, both career highs. The Black Knight defense recorded 4 sacks and held the Tigers to 214 yards of total offense. The women's soccer team was at Clinton Field for a pair of Patriot League contests. First up on Friday was a matchup with Colgate. Erin Helbling gave the Black Knights the early lead on her 3rd goal of the season, but the Raiders would tie it at 1 off a penalty kick. That would be the final goal as the match ended in a tie. On Sunday, the Bucknell Bison traveled to West Point. Sophomore Ruthie Rosenberger would net the game-winning goal in the 64th minute. Goalie Monica Lee made 4 saves in the 1-0 win. The Rifle team opened their season with contests against Memphis and Ole Miss. The Black Knights defeated the Tigers on Saturday, with Kelly Buck winning small bore while Richard Calvin was tops in air rifle. The Black Knights went up against host Ole Miss on Sunday. Army would come away with their 2nd win of the weekend, led by Michael Matthews, who had the top score in small bore. The football team suffered a setback on Saturday at Miami of Ohio. Raymond Maples racked up 111 yards rushing and a touchdown. Quarterback Trent Steelman had 99 yards on the ground and 2 scores to go along with his perfect 8-for-8 day passing. In their first of 3 straight road matches, the men's soccer team took on American University. The match would be close throughout, but the Eagles would pull out the victory over the Black Knights. It was back to Patriot League play for the volleyball team as they hit the road for a match against Holy Cross. The Black Knights would sweep the Crusaders 3-0. Megan Wilton led Army with 10 kills as the Black Knights only committed 1 error in their 25-16 third set win. The temperatures outside might not have shown it, but the hockey team opened their season against number 11 Union Saturday night. Zach Zaremba scored his first career goal, but it would be the visitors who would go home with the victory. The men's tennis team faced Cornell, Binghamton, and Yale at the 2-day Cornell shootout. Asika Issa went 2-1 in singles, while Alex Holland went 3-0 in doubles. The women's tennis team was also in competition at the Hampton Roads Collegiate Invite. Carly Riney and Kari Pope each won their respective singles brackets. The Black Knights also took part in the Billie Jean King Collegiate Invite in Flushing, New York. After this break, I'll go one-on-one with head men's tennis coach Jim Poling. That's next.
Now you can follow West Point and Army Athletics through social media like never before. On Facebook, West Point USMA and Army Black Knights. On Twitter, at West Point News and Army Athletics. And on YouTube, the West Point channel and Army Athletics. Social media, your way to stay connected to West Point and Army Athletics, anywhere at any time.
Back on Black Knights Weekly, now joined by men's tennis head coach Jim Poling. And, Coach, thanks for spending a little bit of time here with us.
My pleasure, Rick. Happy to be here.
Entering your 10th season here at West Point, has it gone by fast, and can you believe it's been 10 years already?
It's gone by really fast. I mean, it's just like I got here yesterday. It's amazing how fast the time passes at West Point. So many new challenges, so many things to do. This is a great place to be, I'll tell you.
Before coming to West Point, Coach, you had stops at Mississippi State, South Alabama, Tulsa, and also had a lot of success at Rollins. But what's been different about coaching here at the Academy?
I think the biggest difference is the time constraints we have and how busy the cadets are every day. These guys do so much in one day. I'd say they do more in one day than most of the students at those other places I coach do. And they work hard, and so there's some days when they're a little beat up, and you have to adjust practice, have to make it more challenging for them. And the drills we do here, it's all based on competition because these guys just like to compete.
What have the cadets taught you since you've been here? And you've seen a lot of cadets come through here in your 10 years here at West Point. What have they taught you as a coach?
Well, I'd say one thing is these guys have to be completely honest about everything. So as the coach, I got to be honest with them, and I walk the straight line. I tell them the truth. If there's a problem, we talk about it. They're sharp, and I have to let them know exactly what's going on and exactly what I feel these days.
Last year, a load of success for you and the team. You guys beat Navy here and also win a Patriot League championship. How special was last year, especially with only one senior on the roster and a lot of young guys getting a lot of time?
Well, it was great because we hadn't beaten Navy in the conference for 4 years, so we felt we were due. And these guys are really excited. They're really excited to go to the NCAA tournament and play Stanford. So that was a culmination of their hard work. And to win it at Lehigh in a very hostile environment, it was the most exciting match I've ever played in or been associated with in my life.
So when you guys came back here to West Point this fall, what was the attitude like around the team? Were they even hungrier coming back after going to the NCAAs in the spring?
Oh, yeah. These guys are pumped up. Every day they're pumped up. And the big picture is we want to do the same thing next year, and we're trying to win a round at the NCAA tournament. That's our goal. That's our goal for real, for these guys. And they think they can do it. They saw Stanford. They saw where those guys are. And Stanford's one of the top 10 teams in the nation. And they feel like, we can play with these guys. We just got to get a little better in a lot of different ways. And we can do it. I'm not saying we can beat Stanford yet, but we're going to, if we play them again next year, it's going to be a different deal.
And lastly, Coach, what's the biggest thing that you've taken away from your 10 years here as a head coach of the men's tennis team?
Well, I would say the biggest thing is I work with great people here. West Point is a tremendous place to work. The faculty are great. They care about these kids like no place I've ever coached. We have a great team in place. ODIA does a great job for us, all the people down in the main office. We've got a great team here helping. We got our ORs are tremendous. We have sports psychologist Jeff Coleman does a great job. Our trainer David Allen does a great job. Our physical trainer Michelle. We have a tremendous team assembled. So I think we're ready to succeed, and I think we're going to do it in a big way this year.
Coach, thanks for your time today. Good luck with the rest of the fall season, and good luck when the spring rolls around.
Thanks, Rick. Thank you.
We'll be right back with more Black Knights Weekly after this.
Let's go!
Join the Army A Club today and support cadet athletes 12 months a year. Members of the A Club receive priority consideration for parking, seat locations, pregame hospitality, as well as Army-Navy tickets. But the benefits don't stop there. The A Club also gives members access to special receptions and events throughout the year. To join, visit the A Club link at goarmysports.com or call 845-938-2322. The Army A Club, supporting cadet athletes.
Hobbies are a way for people to take a break from the grinds of everyday life. Soccer player Lindsay Gordon is no different. Her hobby is playing video games. The senior says she has been gaming since she can remember, starting with the game Duck Hunt on the original Nintendo. Today, her game of choice is Halo. But no matter what she's playing, Gordon says she still feels the same joy she had as a kid.
They kind of allow you to do things that normal people can't do, and it's really fun to just play with your friends and stuff like that. Kind of just like chill, play some video games. Yeah, they're fun.
Being a girl in an activity dominated by guys is something Gordon has dealt with since she first picked up a controller. But that competition doesn't intimidate her.
They instantly know that I'm a girl because of my gamer tag. But I think, hopefully I can kind of surprise them sometimes, because usually the stereotype is, girls aren't as good. But hopefully, usually I try to, play up to the guy standard.
Gordon has played against people from Asia to Europe and in Halo tournaments across the country. But those aren't the only outlets for her abilities. Back at West Point, fellow cadets come calling as well.
I always get challenges. I usually accept them, and I usually beat them, if I'm going to be honest. I don't know. And then it's kind of like, after they ask me, how I got into it, I bring up Major League Gaming, and it's kind of cool, like, spreading Major League Gaming here at West Point. I mean, not like seriously or anything, but just kind of talking about it.
During soccer season, Gordon admits to taking a break from gaming so she can get her proper rest. But when she gets locked into a game, Gordon says it's easy for her to play throughout the night. That passion is easy to see once Gordon slips on her headset.
There's all these stereotypes of people who play video games, like, they're nerdy or they're lame or, whatnot. But there is a special skill involved with video gaming, especially like first-person shooters and stuff. I think it takes a lot of really good hand-eye coordination to do, and especially when you start getting into it competitively, it involves a lot of teamwork, and there's more into it than the average person may think.
And for those of you wondering, I didn't play Lindsay in Halo. We'll be right back after this short timeout.
This is Scott Swanton, Director of Strength Conditioning, with our SurgeX Training Tip of the Week. These are just some tips to help you restart your exercise habits. 1. Don't break the habit in the first place. The easiest way to keep things going is to simply not stop. 2. Reward yourself for showing up. I think that 90% of making a habit is just making the effort to get there. 3. Commit yourself for 30 days. Make a commitment to go every day for a month. 4. Make it fun. If you don't enjoy yourself at the gym, it's going to be hard to keep it a habit. And 5. Schedule during what we call quiet hours. Don't put exercise time in place where it could be easily interrupted. Set that time aside for yourself.
This week, we were granted special access into the weight room with the Army football team. Here's what we found.
Hi, I'm Brett Gersh, head strength coach for Army football. Welcome to our Monday lift. Same thing going back, let's go. Same thing going back, let's go. Focus on it, focus on it. Ball the feet, drive the hands back, drive the hands back. Ball the feet, toes up, toes up, toes up, toes up. Don't chop it, don't chop, don't chop, don't chop.
Come on, let's go. Hips don't turn, hips don't turn. We're square. Hey, don't. Here we go. Work your arms, baby, work your arms, baby. Let's go, work your arms, come on, work your arms, let's go. Let's go.
Punch them up, stay tight, work it. Elbows in tight, Mike, elbows in tight, be quick. There you go, stay tight to the ladder, and take a big step on the outside.
Pick them up. Toes right on the black line, so don't quick hip moves. Keep it square, hips, toes are square. Hips, toes are square, let's go. Let's go, come on. Let's go. Ball the feet. 2 steps, 2 in box. 2 in box, let's go. And drop back behind the hip, let's go.
There we go. Attack and finish on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Attack and finish. Here we go, let's work out the board, let's go. Don't move it, keep it tight. Up. No, that ain't bad, keep it tight. Don't jump through the set, keep it tight. Good.
Here we go, tip.
Come on, let's go. Come on. Come on.
All right, here we go. Don't worry about it. Stay together, 6 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 6 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 6 seconds.
And special thanks to Coach Gertz for letting us tag along on Monday. We'll be right back with more Black Knights Weekly after this.
Army fans, there's no better place to be before a West Point football game than Black Knights Alley. Open 3 hours before kickoff, come out and avoid the traffic crunch. Black Knights Alley features fun for the whole family. From the Black Knight Walk, to face painting and autographs with Army athletics teams and mascots, to live music, food and beverages, inflatable games, interactive displays, and the live broadcast of the Army Football Tailgate Show. There literally is something for everyone. So make a day of it. That's Black Knights Alley, 3 hours before every Army home game along Mills Road. Army football, more than just a game.
Only one more thing to get to, and that's the weekend preview. The men's tennis team begins qualifying matches on Thursday for this weekend's ITA Regional Championship. Head coach Jim Poling says his players are looking forward to making the trip to Ithaca, New York.
We have our best player, Asuka Iso, is straight in the draw. He'll be seeded. He's had a great year last year. And then we have 3 guys in the qualifying tournament. So we go a day early and they get a chance to qualify for this ITA Regional. It's the biggest tournament of the year for us, basically the biggest individual tournament. And then we got 2 doubles teams in, which is exciting. We got the Van Velzer brothers who are starting to play some good tennis for us. And then 2 weeks ago, Asuka and Henry Jang Milstead beat Yale's #1 team. So they got in the main draw as well. So it's going to be exciting. We have a chance to compete against the very best kids up in the Northeast.
It's the annual star meet for the cross-country teams as they take on Navy Friday afternoon. Head coach Troy Engel understands the importance of this meet.
We're entering what we call the championship part of our season. Obviously the star meet, star matches in all sports take on larger-than-life standing. And this is going to be a great test for us. The Navy teams come in to the meet as probably the clear favorites in the conference meet based on results up until this point. Excellent teams of excellent athletes, both exceptionally well coached on the men's and women's side. Always provide a great challenge to us, but we feel very, very ready. We've trained well for all the parts of the race on our home course in front of a home crowd, which always gives us a big boost.
The swimming and diving teams hit the road for the first time this season when they traveled to Marist on Friday. Head coach Mickey Wender is excited after watching his athletes compete last week.
We had huge contributions from our plebes, which was unexpected. I knew they'd contribute, but I didn't know that they would play as big a role as they ended up doing, which means huge things for our season. Our upper class is leading in the pool, out of the pool. I mean, we're better than I thought we were, and I'm really excited about the future.
The sprint football team will look to avenge their only loss last season when they take on Cornell Friday night. Head coach Lieutenant Colonel Mark West has liked how his team has played in the last 2 games.
We certainly have picked up the intensity since the Navy game. The seniors have shown good leadership in making sure the guys are ready each and every week. We know that's what it's going to take to make a run here at the end of the season to be where we want to be when we replay that Navy game at the end of the year.
The Army volleyball team continues their 3-match road trip at Bucknell and Colgate. Head coach Alma Cavacci is making sure the Black Knights continue to focus on themselves.
We are looking forward to the challenge, and as of right now, if you see us, we're actually working on what we can control and making sure that our efficiency is high. So during this time, the next 3 or 4 weeks, we're just working on making sure our percentages are high and we're becoming efficient.
It's a home-and-home weekend for the hockey team. Friday night, they host UConn, and on Saturday, the Black Knights travel to Merrimack. Here's head coach Brian Riley.
Tough situation. This only being our second game, and already we find ourselves in this position where it's a league game. But I know our guys are looking forward to it. and that they understand how important points are, especially when it comes to the end of the year. It could be the difference between home ice or not getting home ice. So I feel confident that the guys will be ready.
The men's soccer team continues their recent road trip with a match at Colgate on Saturday. Head coach Russell Payne says his team is excited to take on the Raiders.
Historically, it's been one of the best teams in our conference every year and always in the postseason and pushing for NCAA tournament berth. So we've got our work cut out for us, but we're very confident going into the weekend. We had some really strong positive moments against American. The game didn't go the way we wanted to those last 20 minutes, but we're working on correcting those things this week and really giving it a shot this weekend to get back to winning ways in the league.
The first road game in almost a month will be an important test for the women's soccer team as they take on Lehigh. Here's head coach Stephanie Golan.
For us to just have one game to focus on, it's great. I think we're going to be able to concentrate, to focus just on this one game. Put everything that we have into it, and then the girls will get a regeneration session on Sunday, and then a day off on Monday, and then we prepare for the next one. One game on the weekend is great.
The golf team will be a part of the 15-team field at the Bank of Tennessee Intercollegiate. Head coach Brian Watts likes how his golfers practice this week.
We've had an opportunity to go out and play some qualifying rounds. Monday we finished our qualifying at Sleepy Hollow Country Club, which is just a phenomenal golf course, and it's a lot like what we're going to go see this week at Blackthorn Club. And so we're excited about that. We had some guys shoot some really good numbers, and the lineup is we're excited about the lineup, and we're definitely excited about the field that we get to go compete against.
That will do it for another edition of Black Knights Weekly. We hope you enjoyed this week's show. We'll see you next week. So long, everybody.